So this is Fort Victoria on the Isle of Wight, and this is just a general view of it from the seaward side. It was constructed in 1862 by Lord Palmerston as part of the Palmerston defences against the French. So I'm just going to give you a general 360 degree pan round of where I am. So this is the beach at Fort Victoria. As you can see, it's not particularly nice. As we turn around looking more to the west, and in the distance you'll see Fort Albert, which was another one of Palmerston's constructions. As we continue to pan on round, in the distance there you'll see Hurst Castle, originally built by Henry VIII but fortified more by Lord Palmerston in the 1860s. And as we come round, that's Scott's Buoy, and then we come back to where we started, looking back towards Fort Victoria. Here is Hurst Castle and Lighthouse, originally built by Henry VIII and latterly fortified in the 19th century by Lord Palmerston. This is the new casemates here that you can see. That's the original part of the castle built by Henry VIII, and again it made a very strong point between the island and the mainland. We found this just behind the dilapidated buildings and seawall you saw in the previous clip. We've no idea what it is, but there is a drain just in front of it that you can't see in this shot, and that runs in both directions from Fort Albert towards Fort Victoria. No idea what it is, but it's handy for fishing. If you go there you can take shelter.
It still works.
So back to Fort Victoria. What we're looking at here is the corner, and behind there was the magazine where all the ammunitions were stored. This building was originally 3 or 4 stories but was taken down in 1969 by a local contractor, and what you see now is all that remains of it. So here we'll take a walk along the north-facing facade of the fort. These archways are called casemates. They used to house the cannons which would face out across the Solent. Woe betide any ship that came within their sights. These casemates are now various different units. So you can see there's a planetarium there, there's also an aquarium, there's a cafe, and there's a ranger base for the rangers that look after this fort. The pier we see here was used to test fire wire-guided torpedoes, which were moved along on a narrow gauge railway from the fort up to the end of the pier. It's now closed to the public, you can't go anywhere near it. What we see here is the outside wall of the moat that used to surround the fort. It's about 25 feet across and about 4 metres deep, I believe it was. It's now completely filled in. The area is a picnic area, as you can see from the benches here. And as we turn the camera around, you can see that the other edge of the moat would have been where that bench is. So fairly wide, you'd probably drown if you fell in there. These brick walls that you can see, they denote where the outline of the fort used to be. So we're just coming up to where the entrance is, which is here. So it's a very substantial building. And as I say, it was about 3 stories high. And as you can see, that's looking at it from a different angle. There were soldiers' barracks here in the First and Second World Wars. And coming up here, this is the stone that was above the entrance to the fort. Unfortunately, as they were taking the fort down, this stone got dropped and it broke. But there you can see on there VR 1865, which was when the fort was completed. So we'll have a final look around inside the fort. I'd like to say thank you very much indeed for watching my video, and hopefully I'll be able to do something else again soon with some other local history on the Isle of Wight.